friends, welcome to the craft room. I'm really glad you're here. As promised, we are working on these scrappy hearts, and honestly I didn't realize how far along I was until I got all these pieces out. So I am missing an orange, a red, a yellow, and a purple. So we are 4 blocks and then this is done. As you can see up here, I have done some fillers, but they are just scrappy pieces that I've sewn together into strips. Each of these hearts has a different background, so that is one of each of those backgrounds. I will need to make some more because I'll need enough for down here under this blue and then right here next to this pink. But as I was pulling this out, I thought it was so funny. Here's the yellow that I'm missing, all webbed and put together. And here's the orange. What was I doing? Why didn't I just finish it? That kind of made me laugh. Maybe I was trying to like just iron all at once, but I just thought that was really funny. So of the 4 blocks I need to do, 2 are mostly done. Been a little bit since we've done this one. Let's refresh this video a little bit. We'll walk through a red one and we can learn how to do webbing. Last video, I had never tried webbing. So I feel a little bit more comfortable with it now, but we can walk through it a little bit. Through the comments and stuff like that, there has been a lot of, why are you just sewing one square to the other? For this scrappy look, that is honestly the best option. And yeah, it is a little tedious, but I am really loving the look that's coming from it. So I will continue with tedious. While I go through my bucket here, because this is an excellent scrap buster, so I don't cut any yardage for this. This is just out of my scrap buckets up here at the top. Let's talk about our live tomorrow. Hopefully it is worth all of the hype that I'm giving it. Hopefully this doesn't suck. But I'm hoping you'll join me tomorrow if you're available. We're just gonna walk through old projects, get rid of some quilt tops that I know that I'm not gonna finish. But I also think too, if you are doing that finish it quilt along that I told you about last time, I think that is too dusty. I'm not sure. No, I don't like that with them. And that one's kind of a weird one. If you are doing that one, then maybe you could like take a picture of these like half finished ones and that could be an entry. So if you do get one of my partially finished projects, you could probably enter it in that quilt along for a prize. So I don't think that's dishonest. You're going to work on it, so it's yours now. I think that one's big enough. Let's see, let's get some of those. You can tell I don't use red a lot because all of my strips are actually sitting right on top from last time I made this red heart. That's okay. I don't use red a ton. All right, so from the original pattern, this is, I'll show you. This is Scrappy Hearts by Quilty Love. In the original pattern, I sized down a 1/2 inch on everything because I didn't have a lot of scraps that fit their sizes. So that means my squares for our 1/2 square triangles that kind of make the curve of that heart up there are 3.5, and our color squares are 3 inches. So just FYI, my blocks are technically a little bit smaller than what you'll get if you follow the pattern, but they're still really big blocks. Let's work through all of this. I need to cut some more background and then I will see you in a sec. Okay, there we go. You're going to be really grateful that you were behind the fabric that whole time because it got crazy. I like ripped that bucket apart looking for pieces. So we have enough. Let's start with our 1/2 square triangles. I just remember with the red, I had to do duplicates because I didn't have enough variety to do a different one. Or like on the pink one, every 1/2 square triangle is a different fabric because I have an excessive amount of pink scraps. That is not the case here. So I've got the 3.5-inch squares and our background, I'm going to draw a line, maybe. We're going to draw a diagonal from corner to corner on these backgrounds. There's all my diagonals, corner to corner there. I definitely have more than I need, but I'm hoping that if I do a little extra, we can mix it up and help it look scrappy. This is the half square triangles. We're doing 2 at a time method. So one of these squares will give us 2 3-inch half square triangles. We're going to put right sides together. Then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch off of the right of that line and a 1/4 inch off of the left of that line. And this is the end result that we're looking for. Why do I always do it on the fabric that is hardest to see? Oh, I don't mean to do this to you guys. Oh, there we go. So you can see the stitch on both sides of that line. Heavens, I gotta stop doing that. Let me whip through the rest of these so you don't have to watch, and I will see you in a second. You okay? Hey, what are you doing? Hi! 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 Good girl. Good girl. Hi! What's up, girlfriend? Okay, I've cut a couple. This shows you how many times I've tried to record this, and I keep having a visitor. So, last time, here we go. Here's all of my sewn squares. The next step is to cut right on that green diagonal, which then gives us 2 half square triangles. There we go. We only need 10 for each heart, so this is definitely more than we need. But I like having more options, so that way it can just continue being mixed and scrappy. So, heads up. Hi again, Daisy. Hello again. I'm going to go iron all of these open, and then we will talk about trimming. Let's do this. There we go, all ironed open. We're going to walk through trimming 1, and then we'll do some video magic so that we don't have to watch the whole thing. So again, with my 45-degree angle, I'm so sorry if this sounds repetitive. I just want to make sure everyone knows. So I'm using this diagonal, this 45-degree line. I'm going to line that diagonal up with the angle in our fabric. I just want to make sure that I cut equally all around the square and not just one side or one particular fabric. I'm going to line that up just a little bit bigger than my finishing size, which is 3 inches, and trim. And now that we have a beautifully straight edge, we're going to line it up there and then cut off our excess. So you can kind of see that my white fabric stretched a little. Using that 45-degree angle helps keep my triangles even on both sides. Now that you have that, let's whip through the rest of these. Confession time. I did not trim all of them. I am going to wait to see which ones I actually need, because I am not trimming if I don't have to. I'm such a good example. Let's start laying out this heart. Finally, put all of our extra stuff to the side. First up we have is the corners of the hearts. And we're just going to start slapping fabric down. Well, by corners, I mean like the roundy parts. Obviously, that's what I meant. that one there. I think we need a light to a white, and we'll do that one. First row. Each row is 6 blocks, and we will have 6 rows. Let's start adding 2 filler rows. This row is going to be the start of our angle. And pretty much it's going to go just like that. And then we come back up. Ugh, I have to cut at least one more. Let's just see if we like this arrangement before we go to trimming. Trimming isn't that bad. It just takes forever. I'm such a whiner today. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that. Nice and scrappy. I'm trying to look on there just to see what colors pop out on the camera. I like it. I like it. Let's put those off to the side. I think we need, what color do we need right there? Oh, let's do this one, this dark floral. There we go. That looks lovely. Now we're just gonna fill in the rest of those gaps with squares, our white background. Such a pretty heart. Let's start putting this together. So again, there really isn't any like spectacular way to put these together. It is literally just square by square. And I wish I had some like wisdom for you, but I don't. I guess my only advice is don't be such a whiner like me, and then it won't be so bad. Let's start taking these row by row. I'll do them in pairs and then sew my pairs together. Okay, let's do it. Sweet. Ooh, that looks really pretty over there, doesn't it? Now we're gonna sew in between and put our couples together. First row done. Let's move to the next. Second row done. Let's move on to 3. Ooh, we are cooking with fire. Let's move on to the next one. Just for the record, this is how quickly it goes in real life. There's absolutely 0 editing here. Number 5. Only 1 more to go? Have we even used any time to do this? Number 6. I'm getting so good at this, I didn't even have to look down at it. What? Oh my gosh, I really hope that those all come together in the end, because if not, then I feel quite silly. I'll show you quickly, and then we'll kind of speed through the rest of it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna nest these seams so that we get our corners of the squares to line up. I have not ironed these, so it's kind of easy just to smush the seams whichever direction I want. We're gonna make the top one go to the right and the bottom seam go to the left, and then we're gonna lock those together. That is gonna give us those nice crisp edges and make sure all of our squares line up. I am gonna take this one square at a time so that I can adjust those seams every time. I'm making sure that I'm using the setting on my sewing machine that keeps the needle down. Usually when I sew, I have the needle automatically come back up, but I'm gonna leave the needle down so that it keeps my fabric exactly where it needs to be as I wiggle with those seams. And there we have our first seam of all of those. You know what just hit me, friends? I wasn't even doing webbing. because I did that fancy, ridiculous magic. I cut all my webbing. Remember that time when I said, oh, I'm confident with it now? Do you remember that time? Oh, it's going to be a day today. Okay, let's use this orange one as an example. Oh my gosh, I am like so embarrassed, but like I don't care at the same time. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is what webbing is supposed to look like. I put all of my pieces together at the same time. I did it in batches, and that kept this little connector piece in between all of my strips. So then it kind of, oh, that's an upside down heart. Let's push this mess of a heart to the side for just a second so we can actually do webbing. Okay, I am like so surprised it took me that long to realize. I wonder, did you guys even notice? If you did, lie to me and say you didn't. Ay, ay, ay. All right, this is the top of our heart here. You can see that that's the top row. Something happened. There is a casualty right there, but those two should be connected. But we are just going to take these two top pieces, put them right sides together. I stand by what I said about nesting seams. We still really want that to get a nice crisp corner. And let's blow through this real fast. And there's our first two rows. Now we're going to take this chunk and take the next connected row, and again, right sides together. 3 rows. And we are just going to repeat this process all the way down, adding 1 row at a time. And for all you people who can't magically touch things and have them appear together, this is how we get to do it. And that's how it's really supposed to work, friends. Thank heavens I did a couple of these extras, because we would have been up a creek with that one, because that wasn't even doing what I said I was going to. I'm just keeping things interesting. If I only did what I said I would be doing, how exciting would that be? Let's slap together the rest of this red, and then we will iron these all together and get them up on the board. But I'm going to let you skip. Here you are, friends. Phew. Is anyone else surprised that we actually made it to the end? And that we actually have completed hearts? I am incredibly surprised. This one turned out so pretty though. Love the scrappiness of it. I love it. Here's the one that was actually webbing, because I lied about that one. Here's the pretty orange. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm admiring just like you guys. So pretty. Man, I have run out of board. I did not think that would be a problem. And here is our last one. I did not dare do this on camera because we have already fumbled way too much through this video today. But here is the beautiful yellow. So cute. Oh my goodness, it's coming together. This is another big quilt. We're off the board. I think if I had all of the board, we'd be okay. But I have all my love notes and pictures over there. But this is going to be another big, gorgeous quilt. So now all that's left is purple. Again, I am not doing that with you. I am going to go have a snack and stop talking before I say something else weird. Thank you for being patient with me today and working through this. We will see you tomorrow morning for our live. It is at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I really hope that you're there. I promise that I will get good sleep and have a good dinner so that Friday morning I'm not as aloof. I think we witnessed the first meltdown of 2025. It will not be the last, but it is the first. We'll see you next time, friends. Bye.